Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to teach you how to chip the goalkeeper when you're in those 1v1 situations. So what happens is when you're in those 1v1 situations with the goalkeeper, if you've broken away, typically the goalkeeper starts to charge you down. And as you can see, as he starts to close me down here, the goal gets a lot smaller. As he gets closer and closer and closer, it becomes near impossible to be able to slot that ball past him into the corners. If he stays on his line, you've got the whole goal to shoot out. So a lot of the goalkeepers try and close you down. So sometimes in a match you might have to go for the over the head of the goalkeeper option. So you've got to use a certain type of technique that's going to allow you to get the ball up and over the other side of the keeper to drop down in the net.
Okay guys, so when doing this, it's very important that you tilt your foot upward and that you scoop the ball in a very quick motion. If you notice the clips I'm showing you of me and Messi, here you'll notice that his foot is tilted upwards and that also the scoop is very quick. Watch his follow through. It's not a very long follow through.
It's very important that when you try and chip someone that you are tilting your foot upward. That's what's going to get the lift. It's almost like a scooping motion, almost like you're flicking the ball over the keeper, but it's a very short motion. If you know, it's a very quick scoop. It's not like he doesn't have a huge follow through. There's not a huge motion. It's like a quick little flick over the keeper. And that's the kind of technique you want to use. A quick little scoop and flick over the keeper.
Just watch his foot. Really quick motion, tilted foot, and it's not that complicated. You can see, not a long follow through, just a quick motion, and his foot is also tilted upwards, which you'll see right here. Watch his foot. Yes, see it has a slight tilt upwards.
Lock your ankle and point your toes back towards your shin.
Put your toe through the underside of the ball, lifting upwards as you do it.
Most people, when they're performing a chip shot, they just get their foot under the ball, kind of like when they're playing a long pass. This is not the technique you want to use in a 1v1 situation. Reason being, the flight of the ball has a more diagonal flight. So if you can imagine, Jack's closing me down and I try and do a chip, just going to go straight into him. You're not going to be able to get it over the top of him, and even if you do get it over the top of him, there's no chance that ball's going to drop down on the other side. You're just going to sky it over the crossbar. So instead, the technique you want to use, so as Jack starts to close me down, because there's only a small gap behind him, you need to get that ball up and down. We're using more of a scoop technique, so it goes over him and then drops over the other side and into the back of the net. It's totally fine if the ball bounces before it goes in the goal, because it's very difficult for the goalkeeper to do a whole 180-degree spin to turn and recover that ball.
Do not bring your thigh back too far. This will create too much power. Power comes from your knee down. It's a little movement from your knee down, not a giant leg swing.
So you don't need any power, you don't need loads of back lift or anything like that. You'll see when Messi, Robin, they're one-on-one with the goalkeeper, the keeper comes out and they're not lifting their leg as they perform the chip. It almost catches the goalkeeper off guard because all they're doing is lifting the ball and they flick it from the toe here. So they get their foot underneath the ball and they flick their toe so it goes right up in the air. And usually the goalkeepers are caught off guard. And the final tip is when you're about to make contact with that ball, to lift it, always angle your body in the direction you want the ball to travel. If you're one-on-one with the goalkeeper and you're straight on, you're already in a situation where your foot and your body is going towards where the goal is. But if you're coming at an angle and Jack starts to close me down, I need to start angling my body 45 degrees towards my right-hand side. So as I make that last touch and I'm about to scoop it, I'll angle my body out, scoop it over him, so that it can lift over at an angle and drop down on the other side.